Hello students, today we are going to have the electrostatics for the class 12 physics. So here electrostatics. What is the electrostatics? Electrostatics is that part of physics in which we study about the forces between point charges, electric field intensity, electric potential, etc. That is called as electrostatics. Electro means charge and statics means when they are not moving. Okay, so here that is the definition. Now here we are going to have few concepts. Here we are taking point charges. So point charges. In fact, what are point charges? So you can say in practical they are not possible, but hypothetically we are supposing. How? Suppose there is a charged body, any charged body, and at different parts it has different kind of charges and so on, QL. Now to make the study of charges, we are having the concept to reduce them into point charges. So in fact, what is their hypothesis? All these charges can be supposed to act at a point somewhere inside where the magnitude of charge is equal to the algebraic sum of these two, and that point is called as center of charge. Center of charge. So now at the center of mass, better here you are saying center of charge, it is analogous to the center of mass. So where the whole charge of the body acts, that point is called as center of charge, and that center of charge is nothing but point charge. Okay. Now come to the, here we are going to have the Coulomb's law. First, Coulomb's law. So this law was about the electrostatic force between 2 point charges placed at a distance, not in contact, placed. So suppose there are 2 point charges, Q1, Q2, and they are placed at a distance r in a medium, suppose whose dielectric constant is K. Dielectric constant. In fact, what is this? This is that thing which measures the different mediums' power to store the charge. So K is the dielectric constant. Now he gave 2 laws. He found the laws by experiments, and he told that the force between 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of charges. So this was the first law. Q1, Q2 product, and here we are taking magnitude, means there is no any consideration of minus or plus sign. And in the second, he took the inverse square law. He told that this force follows the inverse square law, means this force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So F is proportional to 1 upon R square. So I am not writing theory, you are better to understand, you can write F is proportional to the product of the charges, and F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now combining both, combining 1 and 2, what will you get? You are getting the expression like this: F is proportional to mod of Q1 Q2 upon R square. This proportionality can be changed into equality by multiplying a constant. So it is small k, that is capital K, Q1 Q2 mod upon R square. Now by experiments, Coulomb was able to find the value of this constant K. It was equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught K. He gave the value for the free space, so better for free space K is 1. So for free space K is equal to 1. So this K, I am talking about this dielectric constant. So this K becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and its numerical value he found this. And what can be the unit? Newton meter square, I am getting from here, upon Coulomb square. About this he told that it is called as permittivity of free space. And he gave also the numerical value at 0.86 into 10 raised to the power minus 12, just reverse because it is here. So both have, so it is nothing but c square Newton minus 1 meter minus 2. It can be written as Newton meter square c minus 1. So these are derived units. So this was the, what can be the final expression for this force? F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught K. This is the force between two point charges, where K is 1 for free space. Free space means vacuum, either vacuum or air. Okay? So this was the law given by the Coulomb. So he don't took any vector consideration, he gave this much, and basically there was not K also. But we are taking, because we are now having the study of K, so he got the expression for the free space. Okay. So now come to the vector form of the Coulomb's law. So vector form of Coulomb's law. So here we are taking, it was not given by the Coulomb, but we are taking 2 points, suppose Q1, Q2, and this vector distance between them is R. And let, with respect to a fixed point, the position vector of A is R1 and position vector of B is R2. So it is R1, it is R2, and this is vector R. So you know from vector addition, this and plus this is equal to, so obviously R1 plus R is equal to R2. So R is equal to R2 minus R1, that is vector AB. Why are we doing this? Because we are interested in finding the unit vector along AB, that is R. So unit vector along AB, that is nothing but in direction AB we are taking, not BA. So R cap is nothing but R divided by its magnitude. You know, when you will divide the magnitude by this, then you are getting magnitude 1, but the direction will be there. So this is r cap. Therefore, r cap is equal to r upon modulus of r2 minus r1. Suppose this is equation number 1. We will use it later on. Now come to the Coulomb's law. From Coulomb's law, you know F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We are putting here K. In fact, there is no K in your book, so don't worry. K is the broad thing. We are talking about any medium. So there is only for free space. So this is equal to modulus of Q1 dot Q2. Modulus means there is no positive negative, and this is R2 minus R1, this whole square. So when you will square the vector, then that is a scalar. Whenever you are squaring any vector, so that goes to the scalar product r dot r. So here r dot r is always scalar. So you can write here r square. There is no need of any vector because r square becomes scalar. And then here put the, because f is vector, so here we are putting this. Now put the value from 1, so you will get vector f. You are getting direction also 4 pi epsilon naught k and modulus of q1, q2. These are scalars, so we are not putting vectors here. And this is r2 minus r1 whole square, and here r upon vector r2 minus r1. This is the value taken from 1, from result 1. So f can be written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught k modulus of q1 q2 upon, now this becomes whole cube, r2 minus r1 whole cube, and here you are getting vector r. So either this is the expression or this is also expression. Suppose you are able to find, so either find the unit vector separately or use this formula. So don't have any confusions. This formula is called as vector form for the vector form of the Coulomb's law. Here where you can say K is dielectric constant of medium, Now obviously it is K is 1 for free space, and when it is free space, then you can put here the value 1 pi. You know this is equal to 9 into 10 raised to the power 9. Okay? So this is all about the vector form. Now come to the, you can have the, till now Coulomb was defined in fact by the unit of charge is Coulomb, and it was given by the Coulomb. So he was able to define the Coulomb. So let us take note or remark. We are getting from Coulomb's law, you know this is 4 pi epsilon naught, or better put here 9 into 10 raised to the power 9 and q1 q2 modulus upon r square. If you are taking q1 equal to q2 equal to 1 Coulomb, we are going to define the Coulomb, and r is 1. So F will become 9 into 10 raised to the power 9 Newton. So now say it in words. If there are 2 point charges placed at a distance 1 in free space, and if the force between them is this, then you can say that these charges are 1 coulomb. So this was the definition of coulomb given how coulomb is the unit of charge. So you can define like this. Now also in Coulomb's law you can put a few more things you are getting from Coulomb's law. From Coulomb's law, we have actually Coulomb's law was only for the magnitude of force, but we are not getting the direction. So direction can be obtained by the vector form and nature. Nature, you know, either the force of attraction or force of repulsion can be obtained by the like or unlike. If Q1, Q2 both are of same sign, then there is repulsion, and if they are of different sign, then there is attraction. Okay, thanks.